Hey everybody, this is Kip from America Bumper to Bumper. Today we're doing yet another live stream. Thank you all again for last week's stream. Everybody coming in and chatting with us, really appreciate it. So today we're going to do a lot of the same stuff we were doing before. Talk some car news. We're going to talk. That's right. We're going to talk. I think we have one recall that I have found. I'm going to talk you through a little bit of the channel. And we have actually a special guest today. Coming in here, this is my beautiful bride, my lovely wife. And we're just going to be talking. She's just here for moral support
and commentary.
Yes, because you probably heard her laughing and throwing in comments from the peanut gallery. So we decided, she might as well be here and actually get in on everything. So we're gonna start off with where we are video wise, what still needs to be posted, what I've got planned for some future videos, and then we're going to get into a little bit of where the site is, where what we've got for, hey, Camaro Time, good, thank you for stopping in and watching, appreciate it, where the channel is, and all that sort of stuff. So, where we are right now, we have 3 more videos that I need to upload for the September autocross from the Sports Car Club of Vermont. I have one more video that's going to go up on Facebook from the rally sprint that I did with Chicane Cars. If you're not following her and you're into more racing stuff than what you see here, I would definitely go over there and check her out. Once this is done, I will put her info in the description. Then this Sunday, we are going to finally be uploading the video for the Lotus Elise that I went and saw about 2 months ago. I've really been trying to get a lot of... I've been doing a lot of work on this video to try and make it the absolute best video that I've done to date. So hopefully, it will be up on Sunday. Hopefully you guys will take a look at it and enjoy it as much as I enjoyed, making the video.
It's a gorgeous, gorgeous car. So it's definitely must see.
Okay, so where are we with the channel? Right now we're sitting at... editing takes a lot of time. Absolutely, Camaro Time definitely takes a lot of time, especially when you want to do it good. So where we are with the channel, right now we are sitting at 233 subscribers, which I'm very happy for. East Coast Classics. Hey, how you doing, Chris? Nice to have you on board too. 233 subscribers. We just, last video, hit 250 videos. I am nowhere close to the 4,000 hours of view time yet. And of course, with 233 subscribers, not even, close to, that monetization either. But we're going to chug away and do what we can. What else? Yeah, so that's kind of where we are sitting at, now. This has been a really great 18 months, a year and a half of doing this, and I've had a ton of fun doing it. One other upcoming video I have not shot yet, but it's going to be done soon, is we own a 2011 Buick LaCrosse. It's been sitting for about the last 8 months because the transmission was shot in it. Barely got that thing fixed. We live in the Rutland, Vermont area, and the shop that we... Hey, Nicole, how are you? We Fauna Shop here. It's Greg's Auto on Strong's Ave here in Rutland, Vermont. If you guys need anything done to your car and you're anywhere close to this area, you've got to go there. They're exceptional. The rates are just stupid reasonable. I can't say enough really, really good things about.
They kept us apprised of every step along the way. If something came up, they let us know.
Yep.
There was everything above board and just awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great bunch of guys, and I'm very, very happy to give them that plug here in the video. So anyways, I'm going to be doing a kind of a review of our lacrosse, the good things, the bad things, and all that sort of stuff. I am in the process of talking with a local car dealership about doing similar videos for them. So stay tuned for all that.
What are we going to show? Winterizing Zelda? Is that something that you want to?
I might do that video too.
Yeah. Well, because car shows we're at the end of the car show season,
Yeah,
so we've got to
and we got
space with something.
Yeah, and we got lucky. Other parts of Vermont got slammed with a bunch of snow. Tim, about your channel and such. I will do that, Camaro Time. Thank you for that comment. I will look him up and do that. We were very lucky here in the Rutland area. We got maybe 2 inches of snow. There are other places in Vermont that got a lot more snow, and I'm very happy that we haven't. So yeah, it'll probably be something we'll do is winterizing Zelda and getting her all put up for the year. We did, thank God, get the Buick back before that few inches, because the tires on Zelda are absolutely bald. Okay, enough about all that. Let's, Seamus, do you want to get in on the video? Huh? You have a corgi, and he always likes to make noise while we're, and there he is. Okay, enough about him.
There you go. You're famous now, Seamus.
Yeah. All right, so I'm sure you guys are all paying close attention to the wildfires that are going around in California. Came across a couple of stories. You may have read one of them, but I'm going to give props to this guy again. Motor Trend, I've seen it in a couple other different places, but there's a male nurse who lives in the area who took his fairly new Toyota Tundra in and out of the fire areas to save people. He picked up stranded people, got them out, and hey, thanks, Camaro Time. So he went in and out of the fire area. He his Tundra is charred, lights melted, just if you haven't look it up online, there's a couple pictures of the truck. Just destroyed the truck. And for the good deeds that he did in saving, not sure if it said exactly how many he saved. I'm gonna skim through this really quick. Regardless, he saved lives. Toyota found out about it, and Toyota is going to replace his Toyota Tundra. They're giving him a brand new truck for his good deeds, and I can't think of another person out there who is more deserving of a free car than this guy going in and out of that the wildfire area. So good for him. And another related story, this was something I just found today. This comes from The Drive. Gerard Butler, the star of 300, Olympus Down, I think is another one. Anyways, his house was destroyed in the Malibu fires, and so was his classic first-gen Ford Bronco. They show a picture of him, his Instagram, of him standing in front of the charred remains of his house and his Bronco. So it's always sad, to hear any stories of cars getting destroyed like that. But again, there's Olympus has fallen. Thank you. There, there's also another video I saw, or a picture I saw of firefighters pushing a GT500 Shelby back from a house that was getting destroyed. Just a terrible, situation for all the people out there, and prayers go out to them.
Ooh, that's the new.
No, that is not the new. Anyway, we're gonna go to a couple of leaks. If you haven't seen the pictures of the new Jeep Gladiator, I guess is what they're going to call it. Pictures have. This is my wife, Kathy. I thought I mentioned that earlier, but you might not have been on at that point. So I'm trying to get more people, faces in here.
I'm just taking up space at this point.
Try to get my son in here to talk about his auto body program that he's in, but he's shy and doesn't want to do it. He's next week.
He's not shy. He's on his Xbox.
Yeah, he's on his Xbox, but I'm trying to be nice to him. Okay, anyways, back to the Jeep Gladiator. Pictures have leaked online of what the new Jeep four-door pickup is going to look like, and I gotta say, I think it looks great.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'd buy one.
And let's turn this around. Show you from Autoblog. I want to give credit where credit is due. This pictures are from somewhere else, I think. But anyways, I gotta say, I really like it.
I do too.
It's going to be a lot like the. Oh yeah, and there's my daughter Grace. She was in here the last video. You guys are going to know the entire family was Lainey doing the videos down in Virginia. Unfortunately, they had a crappy time out there, as far as weather, so she hasn't been able to get to a lot of shows because they've been getting canceled. But yeah, this truck looks awesome, and it is going to be the roof's going to be removable, doors are removable, hood. The windshield can fold down. I'm super stoked for this thing.
It looks really retro to me, and I like that.
And it used to be back in the day the Scrambler 2-door pickup. I don't know if they're going to do a 2-door on this. I really wish they would, because I think that would be pretty cool as well. But I love the fact that East Coast. Yep. The Scramblers were also a really cool thing. I loved their style back in the day, and I'm so very excited that this the Gladiator is coming out, and that they're going to get into the truck biz. And like I say, I think it looks awesome, and that since it's a Jeep, it's going to have a ton of aftermarket support.
Now, is there any idea when they're planning on?
From what I read earlier, sorry for for cutting you off.
No,
I read earlier they're going to be debuting it at Los Angeles Auto Show, which is next week, I think. LA. Not 100% sure. I'll get that info in a few minutes, but it's going to be debuted there, and it'll be out sometime next year.
Oh, so it's that close to being released into it.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So very, very soon, which is awesome. And I think for Jeep, thumbs up.
2 thumbs up for me.
Yes, yeah, she's definitely going to keep me on my P's and Q's. That's why I wanted her here, because you get to hear somebody else's voice and just me droning on. Okay, and then there's other thing that has been leaked this week from a Ford Motor Company dealers meeting. Pictures of the new Ford Bronco. What do I say? No. See,
I know nothing about cars, and I don't like it. I don't.
Okay. Seamus, come on. This is what leaked. One dealer posted these, or somebody posted these pictures. This is what the new Bronco is going to look like. And I gotta say, Ford, you screwed up. If it was like this, I could see it. I could see paying money for something like that. But if they're gonna go with this thing, just another crossover, crappy, sport utility thing, then let me put that back around. Yeah, so I do all these live streams on my phone because I don't have anything else to do it on. Anyways, I think if it's a CUV type deal, doesn't have capability off road anything. It really needs to be like a Jeep or like the first gen Broncos. I mean, Jeep's dominated the market. Ford knows how to do 4-wheel drive trucks. 4-wheel drive. Excuse our dog. And I think this is a huge mistake by Ford to have this sort of a design. But again, to each their own. So yeah, let me know in the comments below whether you think what do you think about the Jeep and the Bronco? And you don't like it?
No, I don't.
I don't blame you.
I don't like it at all. It's gotten to the point where all SUVs look the same, and
all cars look the same. Everything's looking the same.
It just seems like there's no imagination in the design anymore.
Oh, and I forgot to do this with the other California wildfire stuff. Apparently, someone thinks that there's a conspiracy theory behind all the California wildfires,
You didn't know that?
and the conspiracy theory in question is that they are a result of a direct energy weapon by the government.
Okay.
Have you seen the evidence though, Dad? Come on.
Yeah.
So it says that they're government-directed lasers bent on destroying homes, property, and lives. Oh, good Lord.
Yes, I think there's something behind these fires, and I think it has more to do with the fact that you can't fix stupid is right. It has to do with the fact that the environmentalists don't want people going in and clearing out timber, so things die and it gets overgrown, and then lightning happens or a campfire. In the case of the campfire fire up in Northern California, things get out of hand. There is responsibility as people who take care of the land, and the government officials that have to do it. Yeah. Anyways, enough on that conspiracy.
We'll get off on a tangent there if we're not careful.
In sad news, I don't know how many of you are familiar with a gentleman by the name of Irv Gordon. What makes Irv notable is the fact that he has a Volvo P1800 that has done 3.2 million miles. 3.2 million miles in that one car. Now, the sad news is he's passed away at the age of 77. He holds the Guinness Book of World Record for having the highest mileage on a car. He bought it new in 1966 and has driven it every day of his life. So that's sad news for the Volvo community, but that car definitely is going to go into a museum somewhere, probably Volvo's museum, because they've got one. And if they don't, well, they're at least going to have one car. Excuse me. Oops. So we're going to get rid of that. In supercar news, because I know all of you are out there driving around in your supercars, Audi has decided that the R8 is going to be V10 only this point going forward. So no more V8 Audi R8 models. It's just going to be V10s. Says, and this is from motor1.com. Back in 2016, an interesting roadmap of Audi's lineup emerged onto the web to showcase an assortment of new cars and SUVs. Fast forward to present day, all of those vehicles you see hidden under the cover to the right of the image have been really revealed. The RS5 Coupe, the CBEV or the e-tron, C8, A6, A7, A8. With one exception, though. The R8 V6. Well, I didn't realize they did V6 in that. Okay. Which is based on its position at the bottom of the column. We assume it was supposed to come out toward the end of the year. And they were going to do an R8 V6. Entry level version of the R8. So they have gone back and forth and have decided a twin turbo 2.9 liter V6 is not going to happen. It's just going to stay V10. I think that is a great.
What do you think of that? What do you think of the car?
The R8s are for the money. You know, as long as you can. Some people don't like the looks of them, but for the money, I mean,
I think it's sharp looking.
It's a Lamborghini Huracan with different body panels.
What are you talking about for price or something like that?
150, maybe 200 grand. Not, when you're thinking about, the Lamborghini Huracan is upper 100s into the, go as high as like 300,000.
So that would be considered reasonable then, the Audi.
Oh yeah. And like I said, I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, it is a Huracan with Audi bodies panels on it. I think it's
what do you think?
not bad.
I mean, I think it looks better than some of the cars I've seen. Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to know they're gonna keep it V10. All right, I said talked to you guys last week very quickly about the federal EV tax credits, electrical vehicle tax credits, and how they're coming to an end. Now, Tesla, GM, and Nissan are all coming together to see if they can, get the tax credits extended beyond the initial thing. So I think that for them, it's a great idea for all of them to come together and work together to try and get these tax credits extended. Because that's probably, in my opinion, probably one of the only reasons why most of these electric vehicles are selling as well as they are. Because if you got nearly $7,500, that you can take a credit on right off the bat, a $30,000 car is a lot more obtainable. Do I think they're going to do away with the internal combustion engine within the next 15 years? I'm sure government and environmentalists, want to go away from, burning fossil fuels. I can't see that really happening. With the advancements that automakers are, keep achieving as far as fuel economy and, pollution standards, even if they're not government mandated, they're still making cars that, to think about a car right now, let's say, for instance, the vehicle across that we have, we took a trip to Virginia and back. It's got a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder 6-speed, and we got 30 miles per gallon. Yeah, I think you're right, Camaro Time. They talk about it and they'll talk about it because they want people to start thinking about it, but there is way too much money tied into the internal combustion engine. The gas companies, Mobil, Exxon, Chevron. No, Chevron's not around anymore. What am I thinking? I'm dating myself. Citgo, all those companies, Shell, they are not going to let the internal combustion go away. They've got way too much money invested in it. The Saudi Arabia and the Middle East, they won't let it happen because they've got too much money that they can be making off of it. Eventually, do I think we're gonna run out of fossil fuels and have to do something? Maybe, but I'm also think that there's going to be a smart person out there that's going to come up with an alternative that's going to keep it going. At least that's my 2 cents, anyways. So yeah, I think gas engines aren't going anywhere. I think that as far as the electric vehicle tax credits, sucks it's coming out of our pockets to help finance these cars, but people do like them. They are selling, and I'm okay with it.
Well, we would like it if we were trying to buy one. So
yeah.
I mean, on that in that respect, well, our daughter has one. I used one, and she.
Well, the Prius is not considered an EV. An EV is a fully electric
fully
vehicle.
electric. Okay.
Yeah. She's a hybrid, and I think hybrids are an amazing technology. Have they gone to their fullest? No, you can tell that by all the companies that Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, all these guys that are bringing out hybrid electric sports cars. The amount of horsepower these cars are making are stupid, and it's all because they got that electric motor helping out the gas engine. That I think is where our release video. Yes. Camaro time. I saw a video of that on YouTube of the SEMA. It's the Copo electric, or E-Copo, I think is what Chevy's calling it. Camaro drag car, electric motor. Fully electric motor, and I can't remember exactly what they said it does for his, horsepower or, how fast it's going to go down the strip, but that's awesome. I think that's cool. Yep. So it's great that they're going out with these technologies. It's cool. Quick story. Back when I was still in school, Vermont Technical College, for their auto tech program. Of course, we had to do other core classes, and one of them was technical. Basically, like technical writing or technical English. I can't remember really the exact name. But
excuse me.
What we had to do was kind of come up with an idea in our field, because this class had engineers and can't remember if it had nursing students. Excuse me, folks, nursing students or not. But anyway, whole array of people. So we had to come up with an idea in our field of writing a proposal, writing all these other sorts of things, and the thing that I had always that I had thought of and wrote my paper on was taking a Suburban, Tahoe, something big, and converting it to an electric car. Hybrid it would be, because you'd have the gas engine. You could even swap it out for 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, something like that. That engine would be used just to produce electricity, just to generate, because you wouldn't need to rev it high to get the energy needs that you would probably need for running the car. Your gas consumption is going to be minuscule. At least was my idea.
Your theory?
Yeah, my theory. I don't know. I'm not an engineering student, so I don't know. But anyways, the generator would produce power that would go to wheel hubs, The wheel hub is an electric motor that's basically a wheel. So the generators would go to the wheel hubs at all four corners. You'd have four-wheel drive. You could, cut out a ton of weight and not having a transmission, not having drive shaft or differentials, no transfer cases, all that sort of stuff. So you're stripping a ton of weight out. You're lightening everything in the engine bay down because you're not going to have a V8. The only thing you're going to have is a little bit more unsprung weight, which but that was a theory I threw around. So, anyways, that's it for electric vehicles for the moment. So I was going through today. This is the only recall that I found that I haven't talked about recently. Honda is recalling Odyssey, HRV, and Acura MDX to fix brake problems. At this point, 64,785 cars are going to be recalled for poor braking performance. The cars in question are going to be 2016 and 18 to 19 Honda HRVs. I've announced a big one today. Oh, I'll have to check that out, and maybe I'll talk about that next time. Thanks for bringing that up. The 2017 to 19 MDX and the 18 to 19 Odyssey minivans. So if you have one of those cars, you will probably be getting a letter in the mail soon. If your car is one of those 65-ish thousand that's going to need to be recalled. According to Road and Track. Okay, this is an old story. I didn't look at that. But anyways, according to Road and Track, Mazda is going to bring back the rotary engine finally. Last car that was in was the Mazda RX-8, and that was canceled back in 2011. And now they're saying that it will be launch of the first electric vehicle, blah, blah. Rotary engine. What's it say it's going to be in?
Is a range extender.
Oh, it's going to be the... okay, it is going to be part of the electric vehicle. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting thought and concept to have it. Part of the thing behind the rotary engines was, those things can go up to like 10,000 RPMs. They scream, as most people say. So I'm not sure why. And I thought they were more efficient at higher RPMs. So I'm not sure how that's gonna help out. I'm not a huge fan of rotary just because I don't know it as well as other engines. I think it's a kind of a cool concept. Not having, I think it's 3 internal parts, but the thing that really gets me off of a rotary engine is the reliability factor. From what I understand with all the reading and everything else that I've looked at, they are not very reliable. And they burn a ton of oil after, not even after like 30 or 40,000 miles. So it's, good idea, but I still don't think after how long has Mazda been putting rotaries in their cars? 60s maybe, I'm not sure. I think it was around 60s or 70s. Yeah, a lot of blow by. So it's just not as practical, I guess. I think it's if you've ever heard one drive by it full bore, they sound really cool. I think Mazda did a Le Mans car that had rotary in it.
So would there be a car on the road that would have? Yeah. What year did they have they always been rotary?
Only certain Mazdas. Mazda, the RX-7, RX-8, older. I want to think there was actually an RX-3 or 4 something like that, back in the late 60s, early 70s, something like that, was also rotary. I think they put a rotary engine in one of their trucks. Yeah, actually, because guys over at Roadkill, they had they bought a truck that originally had a rotary engine in it, Mazda truck that had a rotary engine, but the person that they bought it off of put a old Tornado 400, big block, and the transaxle in the bed of the truck. And in other news, that truck, they were out filming a new episode in California, and that truck was stolen off of their flatbed,
Gosh.
off
my
their
Lord.
trailer.
Oh man.
And apparently, from what they said in the Instagram posts that I read and Facebook, yep, Winkle engine. Whoever wanted it really bad because it's got a blown transmission, blown engine, and they had to, like I say, push it off of their trailer. But yeah, that truck, as far as I still know now, is gone, which is sad for the guys over at Roadkill. Do we want to talk about the 20 wildest homologation specials ever built? I don't think so today. We'll do that for another time. In other fun
gosh.
news,
Oh.
anybody out there know of a little movie called Spaceballs? I love that movie.
I know.
It's fucking hilarious. Anyways, the model Winnebago, the scale model Winnebago that they used for a lot of the the space scenes, that model is going to be auctioned off, and it is the same motorhome, same visual look as the motorhome. Oh no, I'm sorry, not the same. But anyways, this RV / spacecraft, John Candy and Bill Pullman were the quote-unquote pilots of it. So this 1/12 scale Winnebago is going to be up for auction. They're expecting $28,000 from this scale model. Sorry. 28,000 is what the one-of-one scale, one-of-one scale, the actual full scale sized Winnebago went for, 28 grand. But they're expecting this model, the 1/12 scale model, to go anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000.
It's not going to be in your stocking.
Hey, Maggie. Neighbor Meg. Neighbor Meg.
Hi, Neighbor
Number one
Meg.
fan. We're
Hey,
really,
girl.
thank you for, tuning in. And thank you, Lillian, for stopping in too.
Was Lily?
Yes, Lillian. Hi, Laney.
Hi, Lane.
That is
Love
her, that's her, author name.
Yes.
So, what's that?
Her stage name.
For stage
Stage name. Right. Sorry. Yep. She said, "Hey, mama."
Oh, love you, girl.
Yeah. So if you've got an extra $12,000 to $15,000 hanging around and want to buy a 1/12 scale Winnebago from Spaceballs, here you go. I think it'd be great, but
It'd be great to have, but yeah, no.
being unemployed, it ain't gonna happen. All right. Last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go through. Let's see, what does it say? Classic and sports car editorial team. Not sure. I'm sure it's a website, but they have come up with the 10 greatest driving roads in the United States. So we're gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
You and I will talk about the roads. All right, number 10.
Nebraska. Oh, is that Route 2? Oh, Route 2. The Grand Island to Alliance. It says Route 2 bisects the northwestern corner of Nebraska and the Sand Hills. Mixed grass prairie covering more than a quarter of the state. Sand Hills has been designated an ecoregion, where as much as 85% of the land is natural habitat. But thankfully, you can still drive this fantastic piece of asphalt. Begin with a visit to the Stur Museum of the Prairie
Stur.
Pioneer in Grand Island and the historic railroad village, birthplace of Henry Ford. Who knew?
Fonda.
Oh, sorry. Fonda, not Ford. Sorry.
Nope. Number 9, Route 66, of course. Who cannot, love to go Route 66? The section that they say is the best of Route 66 is from Kingman to Seligma, Arizona. Gosh, I hope I'm getting that right. So, US 66 has been called the Mother Road and the Main Street of America. Begins construction in 1926 to create a direct route from Chicago to Los Angeles. But the post-war period was the real heyday of this stretch. Ex-servicemen returning to California on Route 66 and families took their first automobile vacations to visit places like the Grand Canyon, Painted Desert, and the Petrified Forest. While Route 66 still tops many visitors' lists of favorite roads in the USA, some sections of the drive have much more to offer than others. We actually drove on a section of Route 66 when we went and picked up Seamus that you saw running around. So that was about the closest we've come to the Mother Road. But that is a bucket list thing that I would absolutely.
Well, that would be wicked.
When the channel gets bigger, when we don't have to
Help us out,
work
guys.
our asses off as much, we'll go there, do a bunch of car shows along the way, and that would be a ton of fun. All right, number 8.
In Vermont.
Woo!
Ooh, yay! Vermont Route 100, Stamford to Newport. This is Route 100 runs more than 200 miles from the Massachusetts border to Canada, through the heart of one of the most scenic states in the USA. Yay, go Vermont. The highway is lined with old farmhouses set close to 2 lanes of the road with carved black bears and hand-painted signs offering cheese and maple syrup. This attractions abound, from classic white church steeples, old country stores, and covered bridges to Ben & Jerry's ice cream factory. That's a nice stretch.
I have driven in different sections. I've driven 90% of Route 100. It is a fantastic road, and there are some sections of it twist and turn, and it is such a fun road to drive on if you've got something sporty. So if you're in Vermont, I definitely might do that in the spring. Start out at the Mass border and do a video, the whole thing. That would be really fun, but something else might be coming up, which we may sometime talk about. All right, number 7, Texas 173 from Bandera to Kerrville. Getting there is half the challenge, but Texas 173 rewards the commitment. The drive through Texas Hill County begins in Bandera, cowboy capital of the world, 45 miles northwest of San Antonio on Route 16. Route 173 then follows the trail of indigenous tribes, Spanish conquistadors, and missionaries north through Verde Creek Valley.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
Okay, number 6.
Trail of US 129, Tail of the Dragon, Tennessee / North Carolina.
I've heard that is a great road too.
US 129, known as the Tail of the Dragon, quote unquote, features an incredible 318 curves in a mere 11.1 mile stretch of road. Wow, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
That's pretty intense, between Deals Gap and Tabcat Bridge, with only 2 crossroads. The twisty road crosses the Tennessee-North Carolina border at a gap in the mountains, making the southwest corner of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Camaro time. I don't know if you're still on here. Have you ever been down to up to the Tail of the Dragon? You're in South Carolina, right? All right.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right, number 5, Colorado 195 /50, Hotchkiss to Gunnison. Colorado routes 92 and 50 connect to provide a stunning drive through the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Forest. Starting on Route 92 east of Hotchkiss, you're in North Carolina. Not been down there yet. Plan to. Oh, cool.
You have to let
that'd
us
be
know
really.
how that goes.
Yeah. It sounds like a hell of a drive. East of Hotchkiss, which is reached by Route 133 from Grand Junction to the west, or Carbondale from the east. 92 heads out through the high desert of the western slopes of the Rockies. Aspen and Snowmass are on the opposite side of the mountain for skirting the edge of the Black Canyon.
That was
Cool.
gorgeous. That's a gorgeous shot. Number 4, California 190. Oh, dear Lord.
Olancha?
Olancha to Death Valley Junction. While Death Valley may seem uninhabitable to some, the combination of its barren landscape, extraordinary heat, and raw nature are irresistible to others. But for us, it's all about the road. US 395 runs north-south through the center of California, connecting Los Angeles and Reno. Turn off 395 at Olancha onto California 190 through Death Valley, and for the first 30 miles, you'll find a road that runs through high desert before plunging down in a series of spiraling corners toward Owens Dry Lake. That would not be on my bucket list. I don't know if I care to go to Death Valley.
Really?
You?
Yeah. About as close to California as I really want to be. Sorry, to you California people out there, I want to go out there, to see some of the great car museums and, that sort of stuff, but, maybe Napa Valley, but for the most of it, you guys can keep it. Number 3, Kentucky 90 and the US 127. Southeastern Kentucky is home to the preferred roads of many U.S. motoring riders. This David E. Davis favorite begins in Burnside, Kentucky, where he was born. Intriguingly, the town was partially flooded in 1946 when Wolf Creek Dam was built to create Lake Cumberland. And Kentucky 90 follows that lake southwest before intersecting with 127. Kentucky, I'd go to Kentucky.
I'd go to Kentucky.
Sorry, I missed your last, let's see, is it? Bring up Northern California and drive down the coast. Yeah, Pacific Coast Highway, that is one of those driving roads that I would like to go, do. Number 2.
Arizona 88, the Apache Trail. How come they don't have the Lincoln Gap here? Anyway, the historic Arizona Route 88 is a 48-mile run through the Wild West, complete with rattlesnakes, rock formations, and a ghost town for good measure. From Phoenix, follow Highway 60 east to Idaho Road, then on to Route 88 at Apache Junction for mile upon mile of cactus-strewn wilderness. Does that appeal to you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's a ghost town.
It's so a ghost town. It's so different from where we live. It would be nice to see that kind of scenery and stuff, I guess. Cactuses and all that.
Yeah. That's the one thing that I can say that I'm most looking forward to when this really gets, the channel gets a lot bigger, is being able to do road trips that I never really thought I would be able to do. So going Route 66 and then, hitting like this Apache, the Apache Trail or going to Death Valley or, the Bonneville Salt Flats, going, seeing Yellowstone, Grand Canyon. I mean, all that stuff is, stuff that I know when I was a kid, it was, everybody's dream to do those road trips. I think nowadays everybody's too busy. But it's too cool. It's very cool, and I would love to be able to do it.
Yep.
All right, number 1, California 1, or the Pacific Coast Highway. There you go, Camaro time. Pacific Coast Highway. It's 549 staggering miles from the beaches of Southern California to the redwood forest in the north. Twists along some of the most beautiful coastline in the world, dotted with small villages and rugged coves. But the stretch from between Carmel and Cambria, some 100 miles, is both the most engaging and easily accessible. Yeah, I mean, there's some roads like that, just you gotta, but
So
even
well,
for
they're iconic. I mean, there's that.
yeah,
So.
and there are the roads that nobody really thinks about, but U.S. highways, there's a ton of them. Like Route 11 starts at Rouse's Point, New York, which is up right at the California border, Canadian border, and it goes all the way down to Mississippi, I believe. I'd have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it goes. You can take Route 11 all the way down. Roads like that, nobody goes that way anymore. They always take the interstates that are right next to them, or in most cases, like Route 81. That is literally for, I can't imagine how many miles. Route 11 is exactly right next door, and I would absolutely love to drive Route 11. It would take you probably 3 times as long as trying to go down Route 81, but I think it would be worth it to be able to be off the beaten path and have some fun.
Yep.
Anyways,
Go there farther. You got winding it up there.
yeah, I think that will do it for this live stream. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for chiming in with all your questions and comments. If I missed some, I'm really sorry, and I will go back through and take a look at them and try to answer anything that I may not have. I want to thank my lovely bride for sitting in. Next week, I will have... great to have you on Camaro Time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a sweetie.
Yeah, so I'm going to end it there. Thanks you, everybody. If somebody popped in that's not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell, because that's the only way I'm going to get any bigger. And we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.
Night, everybody.